Hey guys, so the next piece of this tutorial is going to be where we actually make our ants go home after they've found food. So currently we have this. Press run, the ants come out of their hill. If we drag one over, it runs and grabs some food. It grabs actually quite a bit of food, and then it starts running home. Something we probably want to fix up is that we don't want the ant picking up more food than it can carry. It should only be carrying 5 pieces. So we'll fix that up and then we're going to make it go home. To the ant class. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to do this, and we're going to say, we're actually going to fix the piece where it picks up too much food in our act method. So let's kind of clean this up a little bit and get this if statement activated. I'm going to say if carrying food, it's going to walk towards home, and otherwise it's going to search for food. Okay, so let's try doing that, and that should fix our issue with it actually going and only picking up one piece. So let's try that out. Drop off some food here. Run this, grab a couple ants, just grab the hill. It's gonna run, and it's gonna sit there because it found food, but it doesn't know where to go. It doesn't know what to do if it's not randomly searching. So we need to make it go home. So let's do that together. So it says we're gonna walk towards home and check whether we are home. When carrying food, the ant walks towards its home anthill. Let's try that. So, when carrying food, this is that part, walk towards home. So let's check. I believe when we looked at the creature class earlier, there was a method that allowed us to check if we were home, or there was one that let us go walk towards home. So let's see here. Here we are. Walk away from home and walk towards home. So we want walk towards home. So it's going to try to walk home. Let's head back here, and we'll call simply walk towards home. We'll be able to do that because it inherits. Ant is extended from creature class. It inherits from creature because it is a subclass of creature, so it can use that method. So let's see, does it walk towards home now? Add some food, let's press run. Okay, it goes, walks around randomly. Let's drag an ant over to grab some food. And when it gets food, good, it starts walking back home. But the issue is it doesn't know when it is home, and it kind of just sits there over top of home. I guess it kind of knows it's home, but it's not stopping, it's not dropping off any food, so let's get on to that part. It says implement a method called look for home that checks to see if the ant has reached its home anthill while carrying food. If it does, drop off the food. Okay, and there's a method that'll help us do this, and we're going to have to change the ant's image back. So we're going to head into the ant class, and we're going to create that method called look for home. So we got to create that. No other objects need to use this method. So private void look for home. Okay, so we've already got it walking towards home. That's good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check it to see if we're home. So same idea as with the food pile. Because we're going to need to drop off the food, we actually need to look for an anthill. So if we have run into an anthill, so we got to do the anthill. So always the name of what you want to store in the variable first, then a variable name. So we'll just call it A. And then again, the name of what you want to store, because we have to cast this general actor. We got to cast this general actor to be an actual anthill. And then we're of course looking for an anthill. So we need to tell the method that through its parameters. All right. Okay, same sort of thing here. So if we have run into an anthill, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to say if we, actually ran into an anthill. So to check that, of course, we say if A is not null. Okay, we're going to work on that. Now it looks like this is giving me an error, can't find its symbol anthill. That's because I put a capital H on hill, so we got to make sure we put capital H's through there. More. If we were actually run into a hill, we want to drop off the food. So let's look for the method that allows us to do this. We're going to go into the anthill class. And it says, let's maybe even look at its documentation mode. That would probably be better. Oh, count food. There's not many methods already in here. Oops. So let's keep scrolling a little bit. Go up here. Oof, my computers are running extra slow. Sorry about that. So record that we've collected another bit of food. So we're going to just call the method count food. Of course, we need dot notation to do this, to say which anthill we're adding to. So let's head back to the ant class. And we're going to say a dot, I think it's, we said it's count food. Count food. Okay, we then have to, of course, change the ant's image. And we have to record that we no longer have food. So change the ant's image. We're going to go to set image ant.gif. Put quotation marks around. And we're going to say carrying food equals false because we're no longer carrying food. All right, so let's compile. Let's see what happens. We'll add another anthill. We'll add some food. We're going to run this. The ants will start to walk around randomly. We'll take one of them. We'll grab some food with it. Oh, there we go. Okay, run and grab some food. Perfect. Starts heading home. And what happens when we get there? Drops off food. And we even have a little label that says, yeah, we found food. We got a piece of food. Okay. So that works pretty well. So now we can start to see our algorithm come together. The general idea is, oh, scrolling a little too far. If we're carrying food, we walk towards home and check if we are at home. Otherwise, we're searching for food. Okay. The last little piece of this activity, okay, is we're going to add code to the ant world so that it automatically creates 2 ant hills and a few piles of food. And then it says, using the methods you've created, as well as the walk towards home method, have your act method implement the algorithm described on the previous slide. So we did already move our stuff around. I specifically put it into this general pseudocode, this general idea of how this algorithm is going to run. We did that already. Last bit we need to do is add some random ant hills and food. So to do that, we'll just head over to Ant World. And in order to prepare here, we'll say get world. Oh, no, we're in the world. We don't need to get world. So add object. And we'll add a new ant hill. And we're going to add in a random place. So greenfoot.get random number. And we'll say get width. And greenfoot.get random number get height. And of course I need to add some round brackets there and random. There we go. Make this a little wider here so you can see it. Okay. I am going to be lazy about this. You should probably create a for loop, but given the amount of time I have in this video and for the sake of cutting it off, okay, I'm going to do a bunch of copy pastes just to finish this up. And I'm going to change these anttails to be food piles, like so. Okay, and then we can compile and, oh, missing something. Missing another bracket here on the end of all these. And here we have it. So we have 2 anttails, we have some food. Okay, right now, like I said, they're gonna walk around randomly until they find an ant or a pile of food. And once they do, maybe one will find one. Okay, we'll drag this over here. There we go. And it's gonna head home. Okay, so please make sure that your scenario is running like this. If it is not, talk to me about it and we'll get it going. Okay, so that concludes the activity 3.